This is Dabu 7. We have some important moves being made in Japan, what they're calling emergency measures to this emergency situation with North Korea. And I think it should be made clear the situation in which Japan is in. For those that do not know, ever since there were bombs dropped, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, on Japan, their whole constitution and their foundation was rewritten. And they are not allowed to go out and start a war offensively in terms of everything that's happened in the past. This puts them in a position where they can only take a defensive posture or help other countries, like help refuel, supply ammunition to another country like the U.S. that is doing something to secure the safety of Japan. So they're allowed to help out in terms of doing small things like that. But then comes the question, what happens if North Korea hits Japan with a ton of ballistic missiles? Because if this happens, this is going to turn the tables, and then this would cause Japan to go into attack mode. They could, very well. And if they do, some say this is going to put China and Russia on edge. It's going to flip the script on many things. We have Russian bombers skirting the coast of Japan right now. We have the U.S. Air Force conducting massive drills over Japan right now. So we have Russian, U.S. fighter jets within distance of one another right now in these drills. In another video, I showed the airspace around North Korea absolutely silent. It's like a ghost town. No vessels around the coast. Any aircraft going near here is going well out and around. And of course, this has become a very tense situation. Now, North Korea has their big day that is going to be popping off here anytime as the 15th begins on the other side of the globe. So throughout this evening, it will be interesting to see how things develop. If they indeed make a move, and what happens here on this Day of the Sun celebration they're going to have in North Korea. Now, I will continue to update on this. We're going to talk about this tonight, Underground World News Live, 8 p.m. Eastern on Dabu 77. And we'll be keeping an eye on all these things that are going down with the situation. But in terms of Japan, I'll finish up with this. There's 5 key things they're saying here that they can do. First is logistical support by Japan's self-defense forces, the SDF, in the event of a local conflict. Then use of force by the SDF in the event of full-scale war. 3 would be protection of Japanese citizens in South Korea, where they're saying there's some 57,000. Preparation for armed attacks against Japan is 4. And 5 is civil protection and response to evacuees. So everybody gearing up for something to take place here in the region. It's very tense. All the leaders are saying the same thing. I'm hoping nothing comes of this. We do not see big war on the Korean Peninsula. And with so many guns and eyes on them at this point, it's in my belief they're best to just sit still and not make any moves, not have any soldiers moving around, any nuclear test sites, anything. Or it's really going to pop off. And it's really a wait and see type of thing, and hope and pray for the best in this situation, and hope it don't lead to big war. But this is one of many fronts globally. We're going to talk about that more tonight. Underground World News Live. Syria, Ukraine, Afghanistan, all these weapons. So make sure to tune in. I'll leave a link below. It's been Dabu 7. Peace.